Up with KREM begins now.
6 o'clock here on your Monday morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Nicole Hernandez. And gosh, we had a beautiful weekend of weather. And it sounds like we're going into another week of awesome, kind of regular summer-like weather, right?
It looks exactly like that. Blue skies, sunny conditions every single day this week. We're starting to enter that dry weather pattern that is very common in the summer season for us. But with that being said, our temperatures should just climb slowly but surely day after day here. So today we're looking at current conditions in the low 50s for temperatures. Sunshine has already been out for an hour here. That should warm us up decently nicely for the afternoon here as we'll get into the low to mid 70s for high temperatures. Yesterday was 70 on the dot for Spokane. Today is 73. And it's that 2 or 3 degrees warmer day in, day out is the trend that we are seeing all this week and then into the weekend. So that'll eventually put us back into the 80s.
And taking a look at traffic this morning, you can see not many cars on the road there on I-90. We're looking pretty good this morning. No major backups or crashes that we can see as of right now. Every 30 minutes, though, we'll give you an update on weather and traffic. Breaking overnight, 2 Washington State Patrol troopers detained someone they suspect shot at passing cars on Sunday night.
It happened near Tum Tum on State Route 291. The Stevens County Sheriff's Office took a person into custody. Overnight, WSP closed the roads to investigate. We are working to find out who deputies took into custody and if they will face charges. New from over the weekend, 2 people are in jail this morning after a drive-by shooting in northeast Spokane. Police say it happened near Liberty Avenue and Market Street in Hilliard. Police say 32-year-old Zachary Graying shot at a house and car belonging to someone he was in a relationship with. Later that afternoon, police pulled over a car and 2 people ran from them. They eventually found and arrested Graying and 26-year-old Allie Alderson. Both of them were booked into the Spokane County Jail. They both face drive-by shooting charges.
Search crews in Idaho County found the body of a missing Montana man. Deputies say 68-year-old Robert Jeffrey Howe went missing and possibly drowned around the Wilderness Gateway campsite. The Idaho County Sheriff's Office used their drone to find his body. It was in the Loxa River, about 2 miles from where he was last seen.
New details this morning. A Spokane man died in a crash involving 6 vehicles near Connell on Saturday. WSP says 3 cars and 3 trucks were traveling north on Highway 395 when one of the drivers crashed into another and caused a pileup on the highway. The 29-year-old from Spokane died in the crash and 4 were hurt. Troopers say the cause of the crash was drivers traveling too fast for conditions. This morning, we are learning the FBI is calling the attack in Boulder, Colorado, a terror attack. A man allegedly threw Molotov cocktails, burning people who were marching to support the Israeli hostages held in Gaza.
That man is 45-year-old Sabri Suleiman, an Egyptian national who overstayed his visa. Witnesses and authorities say he was yelling phrases like "Free Palestine" before officers took him into custody. At least 8 people were hurt, with 1 at least having serious injuries. Suleiman is now facing multiple charges, including attempted murder and crimes against the elderly.
People were writhing on the ground. It was traumatic to watch, to be honest with you.
Jewish community said Sunday, quote, "When events like this enter our community, we are shaken. Our hope is that we come together for one another," end quote. The FBI says it is now investigating this as an act of terrorism.
We are also learning this morning about a stabbing at a men's shelter in Oregon. 11 people were stabbed Sunday night in Salem. This is about an hour south of Portland. Salem police say all 11 victims were taken to a hospital, each with varying types of injuries. We know a suspect was taken into custody. Detectives are still investigating. Right now, firefighters are putting out multiple wildfires that popped up over the weekend, including the Hawaii fire burning near Lewiston. That fire is now 75% contained.
The Idaho Department of Land says that this fire burned about 250 acres. IDL says firefighters are making good progress, securing the fire line and putting out hot spots. The Nez Perce County Sheriff's Office dropped all evacuations for this. We are, though, still waiting for investigators to say what sparked the fire.
In Grant County, the Ancient Lakes campground near Quincy is closed this morning after a late-night wildfire over the weekend. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says the fire started just before midnight on Saturday, forcing campers to evacuate. Fire crews managed to stop the fire's progress early on Sunday morning. The Sheriff's Office says it burned about 200 acres. Right now, they are working to find out what caused the fire. The Quincy Lakes Recreation Area is now under a temporary emergency closure. We'll be sure to update you once it's back open. And a reminder, Grant County is now under a burn ban. This will last through summer until September 30th. The Grant County Fire Marshal says if you start a fire and it gets out of control, you would be responsible.
And an update on the Second Creek fire that's just north of Leavenworth. Investigators think that fire was human-caused, but they are still trying to figure out exactly how it was started. Crews dropped the level 1 evacuations that were in effect last week. They say the fire burned about 80 acres, and crews now have it 38% contained.
To our neighbors in the north, Canada is putting out a call for help to battle massive wildfires. More than 180 fires are burning right now, 90 of them out of control. Thousands have been evacuated, including 17,000 in Manitoba alone. Both Manitoba and Saskatchewan declared states of emergency. Fire officials say all available Canadian personnel are involved trying to stop the spread of these wildfires. The U.S. Forest Service has answered the call for help, deploying an air tanker to Alberta. Smoke is also a big problem right now.
And it is officially Fireworks Safety Month. That started on June 1st, yesterday, and goes through the 4th of July. Fireworks start, on average, over 19,000 fires every year. The Grant County Sheriff's Office is reminding people now how important fireworks safety is. A couple of tips from them. 1, never let young children use fireworks. Don't use them near homes or anything flammable. Never point or throw fireworks at people. Don't use illegal fireworks, and always keep water close by so you can extinguish them.
June is also the start of meteorological summer, as our temperatures are just getting warmer and warmer as the weeks wear on here. Our average high temperatures are still low 70s for this first week of June, and that is still where we find ourselves for today. Low to mid 70s mostly everywhere for the inland northwest, with a high of 73 today in Spokane. Should still be in the upper 60s though on the Palouse. So it's still a little bit more cool or temperate for now, but the heat is going to pour on later on in the week. 80s for sure. It's just a matter of if we can hit 90 for the first time this year. So we'll cover that extended outlook in detail in your weather impact forecast coming up.
Today, Spokane County will be sending out new valuation notices to homeowners.
KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones live for us this morning. So Brandon, tell us more about what homeowners need to know about this. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tim, Nicole. Well, today those notices will be sent out, and right now I'm standing by with Spokane County Assessor Tom Konis. He woke up early to talk with us and kind of, explain what this process is like. So you said those notices are being sent out today. Do you have any idea on just how many are going to be sent out across the county?
We have a little over 200,000 total that are going out. We are required by law to notify every property owner once a year about their value. That their taxes for next year are going to be based on.
Yes,
so that's what these notices are.
Yes,
we are lucky right now in that our market has calmed down compared to what it was a few years ago. We're looking at, on average, overall for the whole county, 1.5% increase.
Yeah.
Which is very comfortable and very typical for Spokane historically.
Yes, sir. Well, you sent over that map that kind of just shows the percentage changes and things of that nature. So for the real estate market, you said it's calmed down a little bit, but there are some other areas that may have seen a little bit of an increase.
Definitely, it's neighborhood centric still. Some neighborhoods move differently than others. Yeah. Also, the biggest thing that we're seeing increases in right now is vacant land, and we're just running out of vacant land for buildable, and we need housing starts. So the prices on those have really escalated a lot in the last few years.
And for mobile homes as well, is that correct?
Yes, correct. Because mainly that's the price point.
Yeah.
They're a lower priced and something more affordable for people to get into, especially as a starter.
Yes, sir. And well, so what should homeowners here in the area know when they get this piece of mail into their mailboxes?
There's a lot of information on the notice. It'll tell you who the appraiser was that appraised your property. It'll give you a contact information for them. So if you have a question, if you think that maybe we've messed up, give us a call.
All right.
We can sure fix that. You've got 30 days from the time we mail these notices to either settle with us or appeal the property. There's also a section in there that'll talk about how to appeal your values. So,
sir.
and that's by a third party that's called the Board of Equalization.
All righty, yes sir. Well, that's some good information right there. We appreciate you joining us. We got one more interview coming up at 6:30. So Spokane County Assessor Tom Konis, thank you, and we'll toss it back to you in the studio.
The Gotham Awards are live tonight from New York City. The awards recognize rising stars in the film industry like writers, directors, producers, and actors. You can watch the Gothams today starting at 4 p.m. on KREM 2+. If you don't have KREM 2+ yet, you can download it for free and watch on your TV.